How's it going, everybody? So today I want to show you guys how to get 30 enemies flashed every single time you play Vertigo. These are my favorite flashes to throw all throughout the map, so I hope you learned something new. But before we get into the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. So SkinsMonkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code CSTactics on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. All right, so starting off with the A site, we're gonna look at T side first. A great flash to help your teammates get out towards ramp is if you go right here into this corner, you just look up to this little air vent, and right in the dead center of this line right here, you're gonna do a middle click throw, just a left and a right click at the exact same time. And that's gonna pop forward just like this on the outside. It's not gonna blind your teammates before they peek, so it's really good. And whenever the CTs are smoking this position off, I'm gonna show you what it looks like from their perspective, right? If you wanna, just pop through the smoke, you can throw that flash and take a look at it from the CT perspective. They literally can't see it. It's just gonna destroy them. So if you wanna run through that smoke, it's a great way to do it. And once your teammates have taken control of ramp, there's a couple of fantastic flashes you can throw to help them get all the way up onto site. The first of which is if you're stuck in this corner, it's a great place to throw other utility from, but you can throw a fantastic team safe flash by just going to this little elbow right here in this pipe and going just below that under this little horizontal one right here. You just do a simple jump throw. That's gonna pop up, it's gonna bank down, and it's gonna be a god flash for your team to where they can be all the way up here, right? They can be peeking heaven. Well, it's gonna blind that player. And it's also going to blind this angle right here, and your teammates can be very far up without getting blinded by this flash, right? So it's super team safe. They have plenty of time to react to it because it does make so much noise, but I like to throw this as my teammates are fighting as opposed to before they peek out, because it gives them an advantage in the fight because it's going to make them drop off those angles or at least turn away. Another super useful team safe flash is you can go right here into this corner, and you can find this brick right here on the corner. You're gonna go to the right side of it and just a little bit to the left and do a simple jump throw. And that flash is gonna go all the way up onto the other side of this pillar. So it's not gonna blind your teammates, but it's gonna destroy any of the players back here on back site without too much time to react. It's a very good flash to throw, right? You're gonna get hit by that as your teammates are pushing up. It's a very good one to throw. It's also gonna get this angle back here if they're holding here. It's gonna blind them. Another really good one. It gets a ton of positions. And again, it's not gonna blind your teammates as they're pushing up. So it's a great one to throw as they're scaling up onto the site. Now moving on to the flip side of that, we're going to take a look at some CT flashes for the A site. So generally I like to throw some for my teammates to peek ramp. So what I'll do is I'll go right here under this crane and just left click at the very bottom of this platform. That's going to pop down. It does make a noise, but if they're all the way back behind this doorway, they actually don't hear a thing and they get destroyed by that flash without much time to react whatsoever. Same with this guy up here. He is going to hear it, but it does come down pretty hot. And in the chaos of things, he may not hear it coming in. And it's a really good flash to have your teammates push and peek through, because they can just pop out and just destroy anyone that's set up in these positions. A really good flash to throw. Another absolutely devastating flash that you can throw for your teammates is if you have a guy up here in short and he wants to peek down into yellow, you can just go right here onto this corner and just left click at the top right of this little crane. And that's gonna go all the way through here and obliterate anyone standing on the inside of yellow here. As you can see, when that gets thrown, these guys are completely blind without any chance whatsoever. I'll show you what it looks like from their perspective. They're not going to be turning away from that. That is just an amazing flash to throw. And it also will get most of ramp, right? It's gonna blind the majority of ramp unless they're hugging the right side here. So that can be a flash that you can have a ramp player peek off of, as well as the yellow player. If you want one that just solely blinds ramp, you can just throw towards the top right of this piece right here. And that's gonna go a little bit further left. And it shouldn't go behind the scaffolding, so it's still gonna blind these guys right here. So you can kind of pick it however you want to throw it. Another nice flash to throw if you're ever in a retake situation and your teammates are wanting to push out, you can go right here into this corner and just jump throw at this little gap right here in this beam, the one that lines up with the edge of the window. You just do a simple jump throw, that's gonna pop all the way out. That's gonna blind anyone standing out here towards ramp, right? And it's also gonna even get anyone playing close on default here, right? And it's not too loud off the pop, and anyone standing back here, they're not even gonna hear it. So it's a nice flash to definitely catch some players off guard and get your teammates out. And what makes it so good is that anyone up in heaven, right? If you have teammates peeking from heaven, it's not even gonna blind them. And any of your teammates that are pushing up on this side, as long as they're under this shelter, well, it's not gonna blind them either. So it's a nice safe flash to throw for a retake. And now moving over to mid on the T side, a great way to get your teammates out into mid is by just crouching right here on the right side of this doorway and just doing a right click jump throw at this little dot up into the left of the paint can. just a simple right-click jump throw, and that is going to pop off of here, and it's going to blind any of the CTs standing out here in mid, just like this. It does make a sound, but it pops so soon after that it's still difficult for them to turn from. What makes it really good is that as your teammates peek around this corner, right, they're not going to be able to get blinded by that flash, but anyone that's over here is going to. So it's kind of like a one-way flash that you're not going to have to worry about your teammates getting blinded by. After you get your teammates out into this area of mid, once they're ready to peek out towards this position, a great way to let them do that is to go into this doorway, crouch, and just do a simple left click at the bottom of this line right here in the cinder block. Just a simple left click will do. And that flash is going to go all the way out here, and it's going to bank off of this wall, right? It's not going to blind your teammates if they're playing close to this and swing off of it, right? And what makes it so good is that it's going to destroy any of the CTs in this position. It's also going to get any of them that are holding this angle right here, right? And finally, it's also going to full blind anyone up here in connector, right? So it pretty much gets all of the common positions that you would expect the CTs to be in for mid. So it's a great flash to throw to get your teammates to peek out into this area, maybe throw a smoke and split towards B or A. So as a direct counter to both of those flashes, if you ever want your teammates on CT to peek out here towards generator, one of my favorite flashes to throw is this one right here. I'll get up into this little corner, and right after I throw my favorite HE in all of Counter-Strike that just absolutely obliterates everyone walking through this doorway, I'll throw a flashbang in the exact same lineup. And it's really, really good against people on generator, right? And it's so easy for your teammates to peek off of this, right? It pops, they peek, and as you can see, if anyone's holding this angle on generator, check out how insane this flash is. There's nothing they can do. So it's an insane flash if you ever want your teammates to push on and take this control. And another great mid flash you can throw from the CT side is if you go right here to this little corner and just do a simple left click on the corner of this roof, that's going to go all the way up here. It's going to pop off of this big box, and it's going to absolutely destroy any of the Ts that are standing back here and allow your teammates to peek off and get very, very free kills. So now moving on over to the B bomb site, starting with the T side, I'll show you anytime you want to get your teammates out towards B stairs. What I'll generally do is go right into this position and just do a left click right above this little corner of the window. That's going to pop out, and it's going to blind any of the CTs as they're running up to go ahead and fight stairs. It's kind of difficult to see. It's not very loud, so it's a good flash to get your teammates up onto stairs without the CTs being able to peek very aggressively, right? If you start throwing that every round, they may start turning from it and trying to play anti, but again, your teammates are going to be in a much better situation if you're throwing that as opposed to not. So once my team has control of stairs and they're ready to start pushing up onto site, my favorite flash to throw is from right here in this corner, right after I've thrown my other, smokes and everything like that. I'm going to look at this little yellow piece right here on the I-beam and aim just above it right here. And that's going to be your B site God flash. If your teammates are up here close, it's going to go on the other side of this white box. It's not even going to blind them half, and it's going to destroy all the CTs on the opposite side of this, no matter what position they're in pretty much on site. It's a fantastic flash to throw. And another nice variation of that God flash is if you go right here, maybe you're kind of working upstairs with your team and you don't want to go all the way back down into this corner, you can just stand right here and do a simple left click at the top left of this gap here in the beam. And that's going to go on the backside of this white box, kind of doing the same thing. It's not going to blind your teammates as they're running up, but it's going to nuke pretty much everyone on site. Fantastic flash to throw as well. And now on the flip side of that, if you're ever wanting to peek stairs by yourself, you can just simply throw a flash right here at this position, like the right side of this I-beam, and that thing's going to pop down, land under these stairs, and it's not going to blind you, and you're able to peek out and fight any of the Ts that are running down here. This flash is like this. If they're pushing out, it's just going to land, blind them, and you're able to get that free peek and that free early information and control if you want to. Now, they may start turning from that, but it's a really good flash to throw if you're fighting and your teammates don't know how to flash for you. So now moving on, if you're ever in a retake situation, a great way to get your teammates back onto site is by coming right here into this corner, going to the top left of this little wall, bringing your crosshair all the way up to this little beam, just a little bit below it, and doing a simple left click throw. That's going to go on the far side of this pillar, right? And it's going to full blind every single one of the common positions on site. And no matter where your teammates are, unless they don't, unless they cross this beam, they're not going to get blinded by it. So it's an insane flash you can layer up, and they're just able to walk out here and just obliterate any of the players on site. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, or maybe even subscribe if you feel like my other videos are going to help you out. Thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. If you want to support me, go ahead and click the link down in the description below. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them down in the comments below.